Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta. On one side of me here is Lessons, and on the other is Justin. And we are here with episode 6 of Pluto. We're nearing the end, only 2 away from the final. But how about you both at the same time tell me what happened last episode?
Well, we realized what happened with Gashot and the fact that he killed. He actually remembers that he killed a human being, thus violating one of the rules of the robots that they cannot kill human beings. And the person he killed was the brother of the other person he's protecting from the organization that wants to wants to strip away the rights of robots, at least in German society, probably across Europe and not the world. Um, And the reason why he got killed was that he was stealing and desecrating robot children, which is an interesting concept into
Yeah.
itself, right? These robots that are built to be the children of other robots. How that works, we don't know. We also get into the fact that Adam is comatose, so he got repaired, but he doesn't seem to want to wake up. And we also get a
So
little bit of
not technically dead.
so now technically dead, so
Well,
comatose.
I think a comatose robot is inert, wouldn't you say?
I don't know. I'm not in that world.
That's what I'm saying. Is a
Well,
comatose robot not just like a rock at this point?
I mean, he is active, and his electronics are active. So it's just like somebody has a pulse. His brain is going off, but in fact, he seems to be trying to process an enormous amount of information because apparently, the way his creator was able to take robotics to the next level is to somehow we don't. This is the soft, the squishy side of the science fiction. I mean, so squishy that it just drips all over the place. Of 9 billion people, engrams, memories. We don't know how he got the information and somehow put it all together in one robot.
Well, we were thinking that was Pluto, not Adam.
No, but it was actually Adam as well. That he did it for Adam first, and that got copied somehow into Pluto. So that's what's happening, and therefore Adam cannot. Right now, he's apparently trying to absorb all this information somehow. And apparently, the reason why you need the perspective of all human beings is against. This is me guessing, but it's sort of robotic empathy. In other words, the problem with robots is that they emulate, but they don't are not have empathy like
You
living
have to
beings.
create the process of thought for the robot. The robot will never expand the thought process.
Yes, so it doesn't. It has to have that sort of emotional content.
Yeah.
In order to understand pain, for example, it has to know pain from someone else. In order to know joy, they have to understand joy from someone else's perspective. And but it seems that the problem seems that they can't. That Adam is trying to integrate all that into himself, and he can't. Oh, and also created by his creator to be a substitute who died in a car accident, I believe. Uh, and his creator, that's my opinion. I know that Theta disagrees with me. Is disappointed that his robot is not acting the way he expects him to. In other words, he's not an exact copy of his son.
He's trying to be perfect, which his son wasn't doing.
Yeah, he's trying to be a perfect boy and son
Yeah.
in image, as opposed to being the perfect emulation of this very particular individual.
So my
No,
opinions are no, and I'm not gonna debate them further.
yeah.
There's no
So
point. We
yeah,
all know where we stand.
um, and so that is why he calls him disappointment. Also, his creator created a robot for somebody. We don't know who it is. There's something very important, but we suspect that it has to do with the creation of Pluto because apparently the reason why the United States of Thracia attacked Persia was because they were attempting to create more advanced robots. robots that the United States of Russia cannot create. They can create robots. They said they're very advanced in many things, but they cannot create the sort of next generation top robot. In fact, we haven't seen a United States of Thracia, robot. We've seen Turkish robots, Greek robots, Japanese robots, I believe Canadian robots, but not United States of Thracia robots. It's been sort of the top robot. We've seen them have robots, but not the top robot. Right.
The direct implication was that the United States, that Persia has the most advanced technology, but in everything except for robotics.
Well,
and I think it's the other way. I think it's the other way. They have the most advanced.
No.
The United States of Thracia had all the technology except for robots. Persia was the one that was making the advances in robotics.
No, because Persia, it's been stated that Persia cannot make robots the way that they did. They were told to be cautious, but because Persia has the most advanced technology.
However, we keep saying, or at least Lessons pointing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Lessons pointing with thumb keep saying that they had the most advanced robots, but we saw all their robots during the war. They were shit. They were mass-produced pieces of shit.
I mean, yeah, you're fighting a war. That's what you have. But
I don't know. We saw the world's greatest robots going in there, and they did not have any competition. There was no Persian greatest robot that showed up.
Yeah, so I think it's very much.
This is what we're told. I don't know how true it is.
I think that's not true at all, and I think what they did was they stopped Persia from getting any more advanced because of the mass production possibility they had.
I don't know. There's just a difference between what people are saying and what we're being shown in flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. No, you're
right. We are shown that a apparently normal person, or that we don't know exactly what the Persian doctor is, right? We know that.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy who threatened the other guy with the they're not Tamagotchi dogs. What do you call those dogs? We even referenced the fact that they had the visor thing on the front. They only do
that's a robot dog, but
there was the guy who threatened the science minister, whose name is escaping me at the moment because I'm bad with the names. Yeah, I mean, because you're talking about two different people who threaten people, and we have we have three that show up.
Well,
you have Darius. You have Darius, the guy who Adam could not figure out was a human or a cyborg or a robot, and then you have the guy who shows up at the doctor's house, who's like,
well, we have four people. We have Darius, the former ruler of Persia, right? We have Dr. or Professor Goji, which is supposed to be the cyborg that
Adam couldn't figure out.
Then we have the messenger dude, right? He's the one who's all skinny and has all the bugs that go out of his system and all that. Yep. And then we have apparently Pluto, which is the very powerful enemy robot that is killing all the other robots, right? Although apparently the messenger guy is the one that actually goes around to kill the humans, because I do believe that he's the one who was jumping from one building to another. And then we have Pluto, if he is in fact Pluto, killing all the robots. So each one is designed for a very specific purpose.
Why could they be the same thing?
No, because they're not in the same place at the same time. Because because when he was threatening the professor, we saw the image of Pluto approaching the building to try to kill the professor's family. So
I mean, that's one instance of that, but I mean, like you're saying that this guy is leaping between buildings, but we remember back when Robbie got killed, we saw a dude flying away from a building.
I think that's what I was saying. When I'm saying jumping, I think that's what I see.
Okay. And you would have been a horror to talk to comics about in Golden Age.
Yeah, I don't
Superman fly? No, he jumps. Oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah. No, what I mean is that you saw him as flying and I saw him jumping. That's the difference.
I think we might also, because we're the focus of Pluto, at least for part of it, is Geshite.
Mm-hmm.
I think we might be dealing with a situation where what Pluto actually is a combination of the prototype that made Adam with some part of the programming or something to do with Geshite as well. I think he might be a combo of the two in some way.
And we see, talking about that, and we are finally seeing Geshite's memories, where he actually gets an image of what seems to be Pluto, but not Pluto we're seeing with the snarling teeth and the dark eyes and maybe the horns, but rather his human shell standing in a field of flowers. And apparently that field of flowers has some particular meaning, was to do with Persia as well.
We didn't know who
Like
the hell
some
that
sort of
was.
rebirth.
You
No,
said
he literally said, he literally at the end
no,
says,
no, no, no,
Pluto.
no. At the very end of the episode, I literally said, "Hey, do any of you know who the hell that is?" And you both said no. So pulling this "they said" thing, we have no idea who the fuck that guy is.
I don't know who it is.
I asked you in the moment. I mean, if you've had a revelation since then, that's a different thing. But we have no idea who that guy was, and I've had no eureka moments since then. That was a guy's face we've never seen before, and they had not indicate that was Pluto in any way.
Okay, I'm going to throw a reason why I think he is actually Pluto. I think he's actually said it, but Geshai said it, but I could be wrong. Could be misremembering. Remember going back to the episode where Pluto's sister finds the homeless robot, which turned out to be the human shell for the construction robot. And the first thing he was doing was drawing the same flower field, doing a graffiti on the wall, and then he proceeded to bring a bunch of flowers back to life. And then he flew away when Adam confronted him and didn't attack Adam the moment Adam said, don't kill him, don't strike him down, right? Don't attack the body, right? Whether that, and he says, and he basically said, "Oh, I hate, right? I feel hate toward Adam," right? So there's that point of view between there's a commonality between the three images. Darius was painting a field of flowers. This other guy was also painting a field of flowers, and then you have this final picture of this guy in a field of flowers.
I think I figured it out. While you were talking, I was thinking the whole Darius was painting the same pictures too, and I still have no idea why you think that guy's Pluto, but the who's the guy? Gojo? Was Gojo the scientist guy?
Goji, I think.
Yeah, Gojo, and I've got Jujutsu Kaisen on the brain. His son. Pluto is his son. The flowers are gonna be where his body is buried. That's why they keep flashing up. The prototype for Adam, if you guys keep calling it a prototype, I have no idea why, but it fits. It still fits the narrative. Is going to be his son, and this is just going to be the same story from the other side.
Oh,
I guess it could be.
They did show us his body falling apart in the attack on Persia, and it would explain all the motivations and everything. And I don't know, the flower field thing just seems like that sort of narrative thing that you would do. Why is this image keep flashing in all of our minds? Because it's important to us. Darius, because it was important for his country, the most advanced robot ever made before Adam, or at the same time as Adam, whatever. And then, of course, it's important to everybody else. It's his, the whole reason we keep going over why Adam does not, the argument we've had anyway, of why Adam does not fit in with, what's his name? Tenman? His creator, I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah.
But he doesn't fit in there. Might be the reason why for all the flashbacks of the flower fields. Like, maybe he had a problem, Pluto had a problem fitting in the same way, but they went a different way, and he's like, this is where you're buried, that sort of thing. And it's a fucking flower field. I don't know. It seems like it works in my head, but I'm not a writer.
I mean, when you say that in Burial, it kind of reminds me of the fields of poppy in Europe, right? Where you have all these. The reason why you have so many poppies in certain areas is because the nitrates from both the explosives and the bodies of people have been melded into the soil, and poppy fields where basically poppies actually a weed, and unless they cultivate it in order to create something like opium, which is slightly different poppy. And they grew up wild, right? And so if you go to those fields in Belgium and northern France, one thing you should always be careful is that you might find an unexploded shell or bomb somewhere. Yeah, I mean, you hear stories about cows just wandering around going and
I know it's been
exploding.
a common theme in a bunch of
Yeah,
recent anime that I've seen. As also I don't know what the kind of flower is supposed to be, but it's like a red flower that you use.
sakura,
No,
the
no, no.
cherry
It's a
blossom.
yeah, it's a ground flower, not a like a tree. It's not.
Well, the poppy is a red with a
I don't know.
white
This one has
or
comes in.
yellow. Some.
Yeah, this one comes in varieties of red and blue, but it's been
Oh,
used to represent
carnation.
like places where people have died before. In
Yeah.
like it's famous for 86 mostly, but in
Mm,
anime it happens a lot, and I don't really recognize it until I see it. But we're looking
yeah.
at a more generic flower field in this representation, because
Yeah, more
otherwise,
colorful as well.
yeah,
Well, it
otherwise
could
they
be
wouldn't
it
be.
could be the fields of the dead robots, right? When they get buried and they start decaying, the plastics and the rubbers and all that. That's what gives rise
Well,
to the
I think in
flowers.
this
Maybe
case it's more of a juxtaposition, because we know that the place that these people are from is mostly a
desert.
desert. Yeah, because every time we see the battlefields and everything like that, but also we know that region is mostly desert terrain. So this
Yep.
could be the oasis. All right, you
Oh
have a
dear God!
revelation yourself. Let's go with it. What do you think
You know
of?
that you know that they're accused of making weapons, robots of mass destruction, right? What if? Yes, you remember? Okay, because we're going to have to go back to real life here. So people are like real politics. There's such a thing called dual use technologies, meaning,
Okay.
for example, if I were to buy fertilizer and similar chemicals to make fertilizer, I could use that to fertilize my fields, or I could try to use that to make, oh, I don't know,
Timothy
A bomb.
McVeigh?
well, not too, chemical weapons. Same thing with atomic power. I could get enriched uranium. Why would you enrich uranium where other materials would give you nuclear power? Because that enriched uranium lasts longer and gives you more, and therefore more heat per pound, right? So it lasts longer as a fuel, it's more effective. Makes it more expensive, but also if you reach it to I think 97, 98%, maybe a little lower, a little higher, you can also make nuclear weapons with them, atomic weapons, and even nuclear weapons eventually if you get the trigger mechanism, which is basically two bombs in one.
Yep.
Not important right now. So what if the robots of mass destruction are the power to bring the desert to life? And that is as much a threat to the United States of Russia and the world economy, if you think about it, that a third world power can do that without the control of a first world power.
And
Because you
then
mentioned
they
all the
wouldn't
places that could be fed, places that you could basically just, hey, we don't need to depend on you sending us food and using food, or we could be, net food producers for ourselves. So hey, all that wheat that you buy, barley you buy from Canada, the United States, and Ukraine, well, we don't need that anymore because we have our own wheat fields, right? We have our own fields of opium that we can make our own synthetic drugs and whatever. We have, green areas. So water is more likely to be deposited because, and therefore we're not depending on your control of water and technologies. What if the king of Persia could literally have greened the desert without the control of a third outside power? And that is as much a weapon of mass destruction in a political sense as an actual, or people realize that yes, that power could be used for good. Like I mentioned in the episode, like a Genesis device, right? If a planet is dry and you drop the device, there's nobody there, no problem. But if you drop it where there's people, whoops,
I
all the
mean,
people are gone, and
I
you turn
very
into a
much like this idea, because I mean, I think in another show though that would have played out well. I think the fact that any robot, like a robot that we just park anywhere and lose, can do that though, kind of doesn't feel like that's such an important thing. The
I mean,
construction robot guy's body that he just left and like wasn't too majorly concerned that he had lost can do that. So it feels like
no,
that's
no,
just
no.
a thing that
I
any
think
robot can
no,
do.
no, no, no. I think the problem is you're assuming that that was the power from the construction bot, and I don't think it was. I think it was a power from Pluto.
I think
I
you
was
have to. They're robot bodies. They can only do what they're meant to do. I don't think that's a transferable thing. Like, you're talking like superpowers, basically. I can
I
transfer
mean,
my superpower from one body to another, but I feel like these bodies are only able to do what they're designed to do. Because at the end of the day, they're still just machines. They're just machines with real intelligence inside of them.
we're also talking about it's going beyond their programming and their stated capabilities.
Right, right.
We're
But
talking
I'm
more
talking
human.
about like hardware. You're talking about the software is going beyond its design capabilities. You would still need to redesign your hand to admit Genesis device, whatever. You know, I don't think you can transfer the capabilities of your hardware when you transfer your controls, right? Like when he's controlling all the robot bugs, he still needs something that transmits a signal so that he can control all the bugs. Which seems like that's just a generic thing, but being able to emit radiation waves that cause plants to grow feels like you would need some sort of emitter or something. Unless it's common to every robot, and that every robot has the capability to do it, in which case it's not special.
But if that's the case, why would the human body of a construction robot have the capability
Maybe he's a
independent of
gardener.
the act? No, yeah,
Because
but he has a
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
construction, so,
maybe it's such a
yeah.
common thing that maybe his human body
I
is
don't
just a
think
fucking
it's
gardener.
common. I don't think it's common, but I think the construction robot could easily have the two bodies, each with a sole purpose as part of the reconstruction. One is to build, and one is to restore.
Yeah, but if that's the case, he wouldn't leave it just hanging around so somebody else can jack
But
it.
he would have to.
Well, he said he
because
lost it. That's what he said. And he wasn't
he
super
lost it, yeah.
concerned about it either,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you
And-
found it." You know,
Yeah,
matter
but
of
also,
fact.
if that's the case, why do we have this entire scene when you see I don't remember her name. Adam's sister go like, "Wow, you can do this. This is amazing."
Uran.
I mean, she's
That's her name, by the way.
Yeah,
Uran. I'm probably just pronouncing it wrong.
Uran.
That's how you say it.
Yeah, Uran. Why is she so amazing? She's probably just, oh, hey, you're like a construction robot. You can do that. You know, she probably would have known, right? She would have been programmed with that information. Like, yeah, hey,
I
you can
think
do
it's
this.
impossible to think that everybody in the world knows everything.
Power. I still think it's a transferred power, but I think it's possible that the gardener was specifically constructed with that ability as part of restoration, and that being his job.
That's just my theory.
I mean, granted, you have a point of like why is she so surprised, but like I said, I don't think any one character in the show knows every capability of every robot that ever existed. So
True enough.
she could just be wonderstruck by something she's never seen before. She
That's
does
true.
portray the child robot thing pretty damn well. So
Maybe she's also the key to breaking out Adam from his fugue state.
Oh, guaranteed. That
Yeah.
I think is a guarantee.
Because if she can do the thing where I can sense you're in there, Adam, come out, little brother. Yeah, we might have that scene where she actually visits, like, oh, I know you're in there, come out. You know,
Carol
I can
Ann,
sense you
move
in
towards
there.
the light.
Yeah, I can sense you in there. You know, this is who you are. Blah blah. I mean, I
That
wouldn't be
light
surprised
feels warm. You
if
should
they
go towards it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I hope not. It's so tropey. For no gain though. Like there's no gain to doing some retreading ground.
There's a gain in that we have been introduced to her, and her ability is to sense emotions in others. So why have her around doing that and repeat it? Oh, I sense the emotions of the lions and the wildcats. I sense the emotions of the guy who's there. Unless she's gonna become the ultimate tracker of Pluto.
I know.
Oh, I can sense where she is. Either one of them. She's gonna be the hound, basically. She's the dog that finds, what's hidden, because that's a power that's built to be like, I know where this is. It follow us. We're gonna find it where it is.
I know this is gonna come around to bite me in the ass, especially probably in comments later on. But remember. Yeah, get in the comments. But remember that this is also just one segment of a much larger story. So ask that it's unshown past this. So remember when you ask, why is she here? Just remember that this is exerted from a larger narrative. which means that she was there before this narrative started, and it will exist after it, assuming she survives. So, this is like taking
Yeah.
part of the Iliad and making it its own solo story, and then asking why the characters from the Iliad are even there.
Well,
So,
I mean, from a writer's point of view, especially if you're making something like this, which is like with 5 episodes, right?
8.
You only have 8 episodes. You only have so much time. So consistency and you have timing. You have an hour or so, maybe I think, yeah, an hour worth per episode, right? So every scene has to have a function. Every character should, not always happens, but should be there for a reason. So if I dedicate 5, 10, 15 minutes of my narrative to this character to be there, right? And because the function is not simply be sort of foil to Adam,
I mean,
right?
you can argue that her introduction is our introduction to Pluto, absent of Pluto's body. That we get a insight into the mental state of Pluto via her introduction, and not having to have then Adam meet Pluto or somebody else, right? That her introduction doesn't have to be forced into anything else, while still acknowledging in the world of Astro Boy her existence. We play off the fact that, yes, we're being true to the Astro Boy universe. We recognize that Ruin exists. We're going to play her in sort of the same-ish ways that we did the last 3 times that we told this story. But we're not going to, her point doesn't have to be forced, is what I think I'm getting at. That we
I
can
mean,
we can look at what she's already done, and what she's already done signifies why she's been here.
yeah, but I think if she appears, like, if she keeps appearing as a character, at some point she has to justify her existence, other than, oh, she's just part of the
Oh,
story.
you're brutal, man. You're brutal.
I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, otherwise, we're wasting our time with her
Oh man, I can't
because
wait
she's
for our
not gonna.
follow-up lessons visits the orphanage. Justify your existence.
I'm just thinking as a writer.
Hey, you know what?
Utilitarian lessons over here.
Hey, it can't be any worse than some of my takes on Gundam.
Yeah, if you don't know, Justin is intimately, that's not even a word, vehemently
Antimately.
anti-kid.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm not against kids and narratives, but
no, they just have
like
to
any other
justify their
character,
existences, that's all.
like every other character.
Well, I mean, to be fair, these kids do have to grow up eventually, which means that for a lot of their lifespans, they're not justifying their existences. So, I don't know. Like I said, when I watched this originally in the 2 episode span, she just fucking appears. So, I don't know what her backstory is before the Pluto storyline. I just know that she has story that happens before this. Plausibly, she might have story that happens after this. Again, I don't know. The idea is that we're looking at a window of time into the Astro Boy universe, so there could entirely be characters wandering through this that are very important after this story, who just have walk-on bits to recognize that they exist at all. I wouldn't know. I doubt either of you would know either.
No.
No, I can't say I do.
All right. So much to break down. Anything else you want to bring out specifically?
Pulling out of my memory threads because okay, so viewers, we're also covering Macross, and I'm recovering from the end of something we watched. Still, it takes me a while, and we're moving into something new, which I won't reveal until you get to see episodes, unless you go to Patreon and watch them there first.
So far ahead. So far
Boom.
ahead on the Patreon.
And so, yeah, sometimes I kind of forget. It's like, oh, I'm thinking Macross. Oh, Pluto, Macross. So sometimes I forget stuff. So that's as much as I remember from the episode last time. So Justin has anything to fill in, by all means.
No. No, I've said the one thought that I had aside from what happened in the episode, which was the idea of some sort of technological connection between Astro Boy, Geshite, and Pluto.
I mean, I will
Like
double
some
down
weird
on
triangle.
Yes,
Les's point is that I focus on all of the shows to the detriment of all of the shows.
Apologies. You hear background noise?
I was
Perhaps?
earlier, but again, I have a filter, so I'm kind of hoping it's cutting
Yeah.
it all out. Nothing right now while you're
Yeah.
pointing. Earlier, though,
Okay.
assuming you got
Yeah,
a
'cause
fan
they're-
going.
No. They're cleaning the place. Although I was supposed to be running this through my own filter as well, so that should be much of a problem. But still,
Yep, and we got double filters.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, I guess I'm sure I have like 1,000 more thoughts that I didn't get to, but unfortunately, I get micro focused on each little argument along the way and forget what my major train of thought was. So, I guess I got nothing else either. So I say we go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I do love the guitar riff,
Mm-hmm.
especially the downturn. I don't know what to describe that as.
Although, remember when you were saying about Macross that they never changed the starting point? The same thing here. We haven't seen anything new.
Yeah, but those are like single scene transitions. There's
Yeah.
no way I'm reading all of this manga in the 8 episodes we get. Like so much is happening that it's almost to overwhelming points. Whereas Hikaru doing this,
Every single time.
yeah,
Oh, we're back in Persia. Or we're back. Oh, yes, we are in Persia.
Yeah.
this could be anywhere in the least lessons. I'm joking. Clearly they're letting you know this is Persia by the rugs.
And he got it from the battlefield. Yeah.
Right, because he tried to bite his tongue off.
今回は正面からやり合うよ。あの大統領のやり口にはいい加減腹が立ってるんだ。とにかく今問題なのはお前の体だ。ホフマン博士は砲撃で損傷を受けた君のゼロニウム強度を心配している。
Yeah, no, I know what you want to do, asshole. You want to, erase his memories again.
Yeah.
No, that's a different guy. This is the inspector, different from the
Yeah.
the guy who's head of Europol. I forgot the name of it.
I believe it's Europol.
A robot war orphan. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This story. I got to, we always talk. I'm talking to Theta. He says, oh, I'm connected emotionally while you're about, I made about the technology. But this show just hits me in the feels right away.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll be honest, it's much less the war orphan damaged aspect. It's the voice. It's
That's
very
it.
childish
The voice
and
adds to it.
sympathetic.
お待たせしてすみません。いや、君の方が時間通りだ。ユーロポールのゲジ人です。ペルシア共和国科学省長官アブラーだ。どうかした
I was way off with the name.
いえ。コーヒーを。気を使わなくていい。私は科学者だ。この店はエネルギー触媒もある。いえ、ご心配なく。あなたこそコーヒーではなくエネルギー触媒の方がいいんじゃないかといった顔だね。
Oh,
君の識別
snap.
システムが誤作動を起こしたわけじゃない。
Well, I mean, Adam couldn't figure it out either,
私
so.
は先の戦争で体のほとんどを失ったからね。
Now you have a bunch of
これは大変
cyborgs.
失礼を。
Most of the body.
わざわざ
So
こんな
yeah.
ところまで来てもらってすまなかった。君に見てほしかったんだよ。この国があの
Yeah,
戦
he's
争から
basically
再び
Robocop
立
if
ち
they
上がろうと
spent
してい
more
る
money on his
様だね
outside.
Yeah.
何もなくなった国でまたバザーまで開かれるようになった。知り合いかね。 いや、さっきちょっと。かわいそうなのはああいう子たちだ。経済は復
You think
興
that
しつ
kid's
つ
a
ある
ploy?
が、末端のあの子たちの傷は癒えない。
Just like the two robot
これから我
dogs
々
so
がや
far?
らねばならないのは、あの子たちに豊かな生活を
I
与え
don't
る
know.
ことだ。君ならわかるだろう。ええ。で、
I think there might be something more to the flowers.
はい。お時間もないようなので、担当直入に。ダリウス14世とあなたの関係は？良好だったね。彼は忠実な国民にはとても優しい男なんだ。よく言っていたよ。いずれはこの砂漠の国を緑の大地にするってね。お花畑
I'm so glad I thought of that idea.
そう。博士はゴジという人物をご存知ですか？知らないね。科学省長官のあなたがその名を知らないはずがない。ダリウス時代、あれほど高度なロボット兵団を組織し得たのは、ゴジという天才科学者がいたためだと。噂だろ？
Not really.
確かにボ
They
ラ
were
調
kind
査
of
団
shit.
の報告書にその名前は出てくる。だがその存在が確認されたわけでもない。現にこの私ですらそんな人物を知らないんだからね。では、輸入された天馬型の人工知能については？天馬型か。噂ついでに私が耳にした話を披露しようか。天馬博士とその天才科学者は最高の人工知能を作り上げた。最高の人工知能？ああ。ところが人工知能があまりに高度すぎて、そのロボットは目覚めなかった。
That's what they said
Which
last
we
time.
mentioned.
ダリウス宮殿のどこかで眠り続けてるって話だ。どうだい？そのデク人形を探してみるっていうのは。おっと、そろそろ時間だ。悪いが。すみません、お忙しい中。最後に
He's trying to cause an international incident.
この画像を見てください。この男に見覚えはありませんか？知らないな。
He's lying.
わかりまし
The
た。
problem is we've already introduced the concept of edited memories. So it's hard to tell who's lying and who just doesn't
人
know.
間かロボットが混乱したことを大変失礼しました。いや、いいんだ。こういうことは以前もありました。アトムに会った時です。なるほど。アトムはそれほど最高水準のロボットだったのだね。ええ、今やっとあなたが人間だと識別できました。あなたは嘘をついた。花畑の男は
Well,
知
fuck
ら
me,
な
I
いと
guess.
言いましたね。私のシステムでは嘘と判定しました。ロボットは嘘をつきませんから。
Are you sure that robots can lie?
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Oh crap, I'm Sith.
After all, in many ways, Guy Gishite was lying because his memories were altered, so he believed in something that wasn't true.
一本でいいんだ。買ってよ。
私みたいな客に関わっていると親方に怒られるぞ。
ヘイミスター、お守り買っていかないか。これを持ってりゃ人生の迷いにもズバリ答えが出るって代物だ。砂の賢者5時のお守りだよ。
Oh.
5時？
ああ、神様が砂に命をお与えになった。だが古代ウズベクの王様に人生の真理を説いた後、また土くれに戻ったという伝説の賢者だ。
砂の賢者5時。人工知能があまりに高度すぎて、
Yes, I'm
そ
just
の
more
ロボットは目
disappointed that
覚
he
めな
didn't
かっ
buy a flower.
一本だけでいいからさ。
た。わかったよ。1本だけだぞ。
毎度あり。
君、名前は？
モハメドあり。
立派な名だ。
名前みたいに立派になれるかな。
ああ、なれるとも。
僕、学者になりたいんだ。
たくさん勉強すればなれるさ。
サードみたいになれる？
サハド？
ミスターさっき写真見せてたじゃん。
Oh,
この人の
snap.
ことか。
そうだよ。この国の大地をお花 でいっぱいにするためにオランダに留学したんだ。僕の憧れ。
The story goes back to the Netherlands
サー
again.
ドみたいになれるかな。
Yeah.
どうしたの？
あ、いや、なれるよ。
Also, pointedly, he took a trip there himself.
ああ、
Did he go? No, I think. Did he go to the Netherlands?
Remember his vacation photos? Him and his wife, they both went to the same
Yeah.
location. It's either that or we just reused a picture for some reason.
あ
Adopt the
あ、
fucking kid.
I was just
Do it
about
already.
to say that.
ああ、サードならよく知ってるわよ。うちに下宿してたの。ほら、3階のあの
Same one you stayed in, exactly.
窓辺に花が綺麗に咲いてる
Did
でし
you?
ょ。
Yeah, Sahad was up there. Did you adopt the kid yet that's following
で
you?
すね。
あら、ロボットのあなたにも。
I mean, he's in another country by now. I just hope that when we go back to his
I wa-
house, the wife
I
is
wanna-
there with the
I wa-
kid.
I want to see the kid following him from country to country, somehow getting
We have-
across borders.
We have the montage of me running and the kid running behind him.
だって手間かからないでしょ。
そうしたら彼は
種をつけて花は枯れなきゃダメなんだって。そりゃそうよね。
花は枯れなきゃダメか。
Did he invent
サードの写真
perennials?
はありませんか？
Is that a plot point they're using?
コンピューターだからきっと倉庫の中ね。探してみるわ。後でまたいらっしゃい。
He pulls an old gaming
でも
PC
ユーロポールの方が訪ね
like
て
a
くれ
giant
たの。
tower
サード
with
に
a
何かあ
thousand
ったの？
fans
あ
and liquid piping. It's like, yeah, my days when I was the queen of Warcraft.
だって本当にいい人よ、サハド。そう、ロボットだなんて思えないくらい。
Oh, he was a robot
優
too.
秀な学生だったよ。いや、優秀という形容は違うな。熱心。そう、命がけと言ってもいい。
Yeah. Now all I can see in my head is the scientist going, "These are petunias. You plant them. Once they die, they'll grow back later."
I think my problem here is I'm just angrily in the back of my head thinking this whole episode's now shifting towards Lesson's whole, garden fucking debate earlier. And I'm still holding true to my thing. Then why would they show us this other thing that was just run of the mill?
全部チューリップの名前さ。彼は自分のチューリップすべてに名前をつけていたんだ。彼が言うにはその方がすくすく育つって。
I'm sure that's easier if you had a robot's memory to be able to remember every
し
tulip.
かも科学の粋を集めたペルシア最高のね。そんな彼が実に非科学的なことを言うわけさ。
Oh, he was the most advanced
そ
robot
うですね。
in Persia.
さあ、何の根拠もない。
Oh.
君に見せたいものがある。これだ。
チューリップ。
サハドが育てていたものだ。
Hey, it's
そ
red
してずっ
too.
と枯れずに咲いている。
ずっと何年間？
3年だ。自分が戻るまで絶対に地面に植えないでくれって言い残して。彼が戻らなかったら我々がこれを研究することになるだろう。だがこい
He's
つ
back.
も彼を待っているような気がしてね。いや、私も非科学的なことは言ってしまった。
I'm thrown because I can swear I hear an EKG going in the background. Why would you be
Yeah,
doing an
so do I.
EKG on a
名前
flower?
があるはずだ。
毎度ありがとうございます。
Because it's not a flower, it just looks like a
ダン
flower.
ダイクさんのお店に届けてくれる？オッケ
Oh.
働き者だ。
ー。あの子がいてくれて助かります。
Okay, so not adopted. We just brought him.
ペルシアで花売りの子に会ったんですが、あんなに楽しそうに働いてはいいな。
Oh, okay. Same voice though. That threw me. It's not him
サ
though.
ハドの国。
Yeah.
彼はよくこの店に来ていたんですね。
ええ、
I
毎
guess just a
日
generic voice
大
box.
学の合間によくお店を手伝ってくれて、彼友人もいなかったみたいで、でも私にはたくさん話をしてくれました。祖国を花でいっぱいにするって。ロボットの彼が夢の話をすると、人間の私まで嬉しくなって。 でもある日、様子がいつもと違っていて、突然国に帰って軍隊に志願するって言うんです。いくら戦争が長引いたからってあなたみたいな人が兵士になっちゃいけないって止めたんです。そうしたら父が戦争で死んだって。
父。
何も言えなかった。そしたらサハド寂しそうにこう言ったんです。僕もしかしたら彼みたいになっちゃうかもしれないって。
彼。
なんて言ったかしら。チューリップの名前。
聞きました。彼は育てていたチューリップに名前をつけていたって。
ええ、ザンダムの研究用地で荒れ地にも耐えうる強い花を作ろうと必死に栽培実験をしていました。
That is
強い花を。
not depressing, but that was a scene though.
でも、ある日いつものように花の様子を見に行ったサハドが目にしたのは一輪だけのチューリップ。すべての花を枯らして。
Okay, it's
その花の名前、確かプルート。
Pluto is
The name fucking ties to
steals
everything.
life. It steals life.
見つかったわよ、サハドの写真。
すみません。お手数をおかけして。
Well, I guess that's one reason to put an EKG on it then.
これはどうやるんだっけ。
You put it in the ground, whatever is growing around it is gone.
そうそう。入居申請
I don't know what the point of that would be though.
これだわ。
It's a,
I mean,
as a
the reason
weapon,
why
that's insane.
No, I'm saying that if you want to make flowers that grow in the desert or whatever, you have to keep all these other flowers alive so that this one flower can suck the life out of them. It is
That's
the
what I
worst
mean,
of
though.
weeds.
That's what it was started. So the development was for that.
Yeah, you just met.
To be fair,
And you met.
he could have gotten so injured in the war that one person thought he was dead.
大したものだよ。そう思わない？操作能力もすごいけど、それだけじゃないよ。任務遂行能力、搭載武器、そしてゼロニウム。言うなればゲジ人は今までで一番強力な大量破壊兵器だもの。プルートも負けるかもしれないよ。本当だよ。でもね、一つだけ彼を殺すいい手があるんだ。教えてあげようか。それはね。
It'd be terrifying if that winds up to be Darius' basement.
Yeah.
まあ、この体じゃ自由でもどこにも行けやしないがね。で、犯人は分かったのかね。
ああ。アブラ博士だ。
彼は偉大な科学者でした。ドクター・ロナルド・ニュートン・ハワード。彼の開発した光子エネルギーは、
Alright, Epsilon's
我
creator.
々の未来を照らしてくれることでしょう。その業績は決して忘れてはいない。
君がエプシロンだね。こんな形で会うなんて。私はアブラーだ。
ペルシア共和国からわざわざ。
実に残念だ。ニュートン・ハワード博士には生きている時にお会いしたかった。
Killed him, you
人類史
asshole.
に残る光子エネルギーの開発。
You did meet him.
ボラ調査団の一員としてペルシア王国の独裁を終わらせ、平和をもたらした人物があんな亡くなり方をするなんて。だが彼は君を残した。なんという完成度だ、エプシロン。
あなたもですよ、アブラ博士。お話は伺っています。あなたは先の戦争で体のほとんどをなくされた。
I'm surprised Gershite's not using the interconnection that all the robots that we've met have. That little green field, whatever you call that. Alright, but he couldn't be doing that here. This place is shielded, we know that.
だが話というのはそれだけじゃないだろう。もし最高の人工知能というのが存在したとします。あまりに高度な人工知能を備えてしまったロボットがいたとしたらどうなると思います？目覚めないね。なぜです？自分が何者になるか迷うからだ。全世界99億の人類をシミュレートするのに無限の時間がかかる。だから目覚めない。どうしたら目覚めると思います？極端な感情を注入するんだ。
Yeah, I mean, that's what they said last episode. Forcing its hand.
Yeah.
Also, the premise is just dumb, though. What is too advanced?
Indistinguishable from humanity.
I'm just saying too advanced has no upward limit.
No, but I think that defining too advanced as being indistinguishable from humanity, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then they're saying him and Adam are both too advanced.
I don't think it's indistinguishable from humanity as much as indistinguishable from the whole of humanity. Because if you're having to quantify 9.9 billion experiences, that's a catastrophic amount of information.
I guess if there's one robot that this guy would not have a problem with, it would be Epsilon. Since Epsilon pacifisted his way out of the war.
That's why he's here, because he's seeing if he's going to kill him.
Well, I mean, we know his creator took place in the Boer committee thing, so that's obviously why he killed him. But Epsilon did nothing.
I think he's testing if he's gonna kill him.
Didn't keep my hands off Bruno because of that, though.
欧州ロボット会議に出席しなければならない。ペルシア復興のために君のような素晴らしいロボットを作らなければ。
ねえ、ワシリーがいないよ。
ワシリー。ワシリーどこ？あ、いた。ワシリー。
And that's where.
Oh, he remembers.
Oh, right, yeah, he's the one who saw the giant robot in Persia.
Abdullah.
Although weirdly, it doesn't match his description of what he saw, so not exactly sure how he's putting two and two together here. This dude is just a Silence of the Lambs analogy.
Yeah.
Persia.
いや、プルートのふるさとだ。チューリップだよ。
アブラの居場所？
はい。早急に身柄だけでも確保してください。
無茶言うな、刑事人。相手は大物だぞ。
とにかく、アブラ博士の居場所を掴んでください。
お前
He's got diplomatic immunity.
プルートの居場所に向かいます。
I think once again we forgot that his car can fly.
Yeah, just fly there.
一輪だけのチューリップ、すべての花を枯らして、その花の名前プルート。
近い。プルート。
Oh, goddamn those aliens.
True, can't even. Hey, not even aliens can draw proper circles.
あのスタンディングオベーションは当然ですよ。ホークマン博士。
ありがとうございます。
ご自身に大変なトラブルが及ぶ中、今回の欧州ロボット会議、よく出席してくださいました。我々の警備に問題はありませんでしたか？
ええ、おかげで無事大役を終えることができました。
Thank God we're walking past all these open windows.
I know.
ご覧のように屈強なガードマンが2名、ドアからドアへで。
私はヘリポートをチェックしてまいります。
あ、いや、こちらの守衛さんもいることだし。
いえいえ、念には念を入れた方が。
ホークマン博士はロボットの中になくて
they're
はなら
trying
な
to
い
shut
方
him
なの
up.
ですから。ありがとう。ではこれで。お気をつけて。
Here, go with the
ちょっ
security.
とトイレ。
チェック済みですが。
じゃあ一人で大丈夫。
I just feel like if anyone wanted him dead, one sniper, that's all it would take. Dude's walking past every window available to him.
Look who it happens to
素晴
be.
らしいスピーチでした。特にゼロニウム合金の平和利用の可能性、あれには感動しました。あなたははじめまして、ホフマン博士。ペルシア共和国のアブラーです。
地下はただの発電施設か。微弱だが好天地はヘラクレスとの戦いでエプシロンが採取したものと同じ。近い。
お前はあなたとはじっくりお話
That can't feel comfortable.
Well, I mean, he's a robot,
あのゲジ
right?
人の
So
生みの親なのですから。
私こそペルシア復興のた
why
め
did they
何か
program me for
力になれ
pain?
ば。
ゼロニウムは最高の
Oh, that would be the
ぜひ
worst.
ゼロニウム合
Yeah.
金の輸入規制解除を。
ああ、
最近連続している高性能ロボット破壊事件の犯人もゲジ人には勝てない
でしょうね。
小耳に挟んだのですが、ゲジ人がクラスター砲で損傷を受けたとか。
ええ、よくご存知で。でもご心配なく、大したことはありません。
素晴らしい。その程度では影響はないと。
まあ、
そうですか。ではゲジ人に欠点はありませんな。
いえ、欠点はあります。ただ、
Let me describe
高
them
度
to
な
you
制御
now.
システムが何重にも施されていますから。
Yep.
なるほど。ではミスも起きないと。
ミス、そうですね。我々と同じように悩みもします。
欠点とおっしゃったのはそのことですね。それが強みでもあり弱みでもある。優秀だからこそ取り返しのつかないミスが起きたらどうされますか？例えば人を殺してしまったり。
That would wipe his memory. Wouldn't have any choice at that point.
お前たちは何を守っている？人を殺してし
I
ま
just don't know what the characters are meant to do.
そういうロボットが一人いたじゃありま
It's
せん
annoying.
By time.
Well, yeah, but just walk
No.
through them.
No, I think they can actually hurt him.
That's what I said. I don't know what they're meant to do.
Rip him apart. The death of 1,000 cuts.
He's uranium. He can't be hurt by that shit.
いや、あなた方ボラー調査団がペルシアに入られた後、世界がペルシアに対してしたことと同じではないかと。いや、言い過ぎました。おかげでペルシアに民主主義が根付いたわけですから。 もしロボットが人を殺してしまったとしたら、そのロボットは処刑されるべきだと思います。万が一ゲジ人がそんなことをしてしまった場合、あなた方ならどうします？そんなことはありえません。ゲジ人ほど高度なロボットなら自殺するかもしれませんね。バカだ。いや、その前に当局がゲジ人の記憶を消去してしまうとか。
Are they gonna end it on that note?
彼に何かしたんですか？彼の人工知能に。
But you mean the show? You think the show was gonna end with Gershak killing himself?
I don't think it is, but that just...
A robot so advanced it can commit suicide?
The fact that they put that possibility out there.
I mean, it implies that it's already happened. That Gershak was going to kill himself. That's why they wiped his memory.
Yeah.
わかりました。直ちに身柄の確保。いや、
実はその会議にホフマン博士も出席している。
え、ホフマン博士も？
待たせたね。
では参りましょう。
Professor Hoffman was attending.
どうかされましたか？
あ、いや、なんでもない。
同じことですよ。同じことです。世界がペルシアにしたことと処刑されるべきです。ホフマン博士の安全の確認を私もすぐする。
Uh-oh, something big is moving.
That's something. It's Pluto.
ユーロポールだ。今からこのビルを封鎖する。一体何が？出入りは一切禁止。指示が出るまで全員その場を動かないように。
エレベーターの監視モニターを見てください。
ホフマン博士、
エレベーターは最上階のヘリポートに向かっています。
くそ、直ちにヘリポートへ。
他のエレベーターは全機稼働しません。
何？こいつは。
What, are the stairs broken?
君は私のガードロボットじゃないのか？何か別のものが君の人工知能に入り込んだのか？
ホフマン博士、聞こえますか？落ち着いて、相手を。
次々と科学者を殺しているのはお前か？
あなたは処刑されるべきです。
ゲジ人、聞こえるかゲジ人？ホフマン博士が拉致された。ゲジ人。
What do you want me to do? I'm in Persia.
直ちにそちらに向かいます。ただ、今目の前に奴が。
The god of the underworld.
Oh, that's a smart cut.
我々調査団がペルシアにしたことへの恨みか？責任は感じている。だが私を殺して何になる？
He's gonna throw him off the roof of the building.
君の相棒だ。彼は君の仲間だろう。
今開けます。博士、早く逃げて。
I'm literally being held. Professor, run.
すごい。私のこともそうやって殺すつもりか？お前は何なんだ？
レハン、間もなくヘリポートです。
なんだこのゴキブリは。目標確認。
The roaches have to be something more than just surveillance.
現状では狙撃は不可能です。
Transmission device?
構わん。撃て。
しかし、ホフマン博士の安全が。
I mean, honestly, why hasn't he killed him already?
Maybe because his consciousness is split.
I'm just saying, if it wanted him dead, it's already had ample opportunity. Especially not cockroaches.
He should have just shot him the moment he saw him. It's like,
yeah.
戦闘能力120万から5800に減退。
1.2 million to.
自ら
Yeah, he's splitting.
こちらゲジヒト、奴を捕獲しました。ホフマン博士。
Oh, you have it.
Based on the fact that I have no idea about the layout of this place.
Yeah.
ああ、無事だ。そいつを破壊しろ。
Crap, am I being hacked?
私の人工知能にはこんなイメージは通用しないぞ。花畑。
プルート。プルート。
違う。お前はプルートじゃない。
There is that anger.
お前の名前はサードだ。
I would say, is Saeed just who he chose to be, or is he actually Saeed?
I think he is. The suffering he saw in the war broke him.
What does it mean? Did he choose to be Saeed out of 9.9 billion people or whatever?
お父さん。生きてたんですね、お父さん。よかった。お父さんも空爆で亡くなったと知らせを受けたんです。よかった。
なあ。 ただ何もかも失ったがね。ロボットのお前ならわかるだろう。私は体のほとんどを失った。だがそんなことよりも、妻のファティマ、娘のロラ、お前の兄弟ロボットのムラト。
Oh.
それを奴らは。
I was wrong.
私がこの世で最も
I
大
thought he
切
was
な
Murat,
家族を
as it turns out.
最も大切な愛する宝を。
お父さん。
お前だけだ。私に残っているのはサハド。お前だけだ。わかるな。この感情。憎しみ。お前に頼みがある。この国を救ってくれ。これ以上この国の人々を殺させないでくれ。これ以上。 この国の人々に私のような悲しみを味わわせないでくれ。復讐を。
Turns him into the weapon.
復讐は復讐を生みます。憎しみはいつまで経っても消えない。
そう。憎しみは消えないんだよ。
He lost everything. He won. So he's setting it up for the world to burn.
お前の頭脳を最強の体に貸してくれ。
最強の体。何ですかこれは。
愛しているよ、サハド。お前を。
お父さん。
愛しているよ。
ゲジヒト、何をやっている？早く撃て！私が許可する。破壊しろ。
Hatred breeds hatred.
嫌です。
なんだと？
攻撃の意志のないロボットを破壊するように私はプログラミングされていません。
何を？ゲジヒト、よく聞け。そいつを破壊すれば事件は解決する。命令だ。撃て！
嫌です。
ゲジヒト、よくそんなことが言えるな。 お前は過去に
No, can't remind him of that. Never mind.
いや、ゲジ人、再度お前に命令する。直ちに目標物を破壊し。
嫌なものは嫌だ。
ゲジ人。
ベッカー部長、私に辞職の自由はありますか？
はあ？何を言い出すんだ。ロボット刑事として開発されたお前にそんな選択の余地はない。
Right, but I've got human rights
1
now.
年間の休職を申請します。
なんだって？
もうゴリゴリなんです。だよな。ホフマン博士の安否は？
博士なら無事だ。
嘘だ。今、科学フォーラムのヘリポートのカメラ映像
Why do you even try to lie to this fucking guy?
ホフマン博士を捉えているそのロボット。
これは
ベッカー部長、あなたはホフマン博士がこんな危険な状態になるにもかかわらず、私に発砲を命じましたね。
ゲジ人、取引をしよう。
誰だ？
人質の交換だ。私の大切なプルートを解放しろ。
お前は誰だ？
お前がそこを立ち去れば、ホフマン博士の身柄も解放する。
ゲジ人、勝手な行動は許さんぞ。
Sorry, Captain. I already put in for my leave.
Yeah.
お前の取った行動はロボット法第1条第3項および第15条第2項に違反するもので厳重に処罰される。ゲジ人。
Do it.
Yeah, he was controlling Bo.
Both, whoever the voice is.
Yeah.
I think it was either Pluto or Ahmed.
Well, no, because the voice was referred. Yeah, so see.
Yeah.
The voice referred to itself separate from Pluto.
Yeah.
サード、お前の父さんはお前を愛してなんかいない。泣いているのか？
Well, it seems Sahad's memories have also been edited.
Probably.
Well, I mean, from his conversation back when he was controlling the human body. With her and... Alright, come on. Tiny robot with flowers. Just need him to show up.
まだ仕事中。
でも時期一区切りつくわ。あなたは？
ああ。終わったよ。
本当に？
Not really. We have another episode to go.
Just to let you know, we got
2 episodes.
we got 2 hours left for shit to happen, for things to go down.
I mean, I think it was 2 episodes with this one, right?
Yeah.
We're
No,
on
I'm
episode 6. There's 8 episodes. We have episode 7, episode 8.
Okay, yeah.
子供を申請しないか？
Boom.
前も申請したじゃない。
あの時は僕らと適合するタイプの子供がいなかった。でも今は違うよ。ロボット工学も進歩したし、規制も緩和された。
いいお母さんになれるかしら。
なれるさ。僕は知ってる。
They're giving us the "We'll be a happy family" chat.
Yeah.
When there's 2 episodes left, this is not gonna end happy.
詳しい話は帰ってからするよ。
Oh my! Oh, but now that he's disobeyed orders, the anti-robot league has an in with Gescheit because they can portray him as somebody who doesn't follow the laws.
Yep.
ホフマン博士、ご無事ですか？
ああ、私は大丈夫だ、ゲジ人。それより君の方が心配だ。
私は無傷です。
怪物は君が追い詰めたと聞いたが。
はい。逮捕は時間の問題です。
そうか。もう君が直接当たることはない。体は万全じゃないんだ。
はい。
とにかく。
Yep, no, he's just gonna stay back and live a comfy life.
私を襲ったガードロボットは乗り移られていた全てアブラーの仕業だ。
気になるのはお茶の水博士の証言。真犯人はゴジ博士だという。
ゴジとアブラーか。ここは誰かに任せて君は休みたまえ。しつこいようだがクラスター砲で君の身体金属は疲労している。
Is it possible that
Oh, there we go. There's the weakness.
ずっとご相談していた夢の件ですが、
Yeah.
もしかするともう見ないで済むかもしれません。
どういうことだい？
わかりません。ただなんとなく夢の正体がわかったような。
まさか君記憶が。
じゃあまだ。
あ、ゲジ人。
Oh, the whole thing about committing suicide. And if he commits suicide, there's nobody to stop.
Yeah.
D 班現場到着。これより地下に侵入します。こちら F 班、地下を捜索中。まもなくゲジヒト刑事が目標を追い詰めた地点です。
目標物の戦闘能力は著しく低下しているが、油断するな。見つけ次第破壊せよ。繰り返す。見つけ次第破壊せよ。局長、ゲジヒト。彼は今アムステルダムに移動中で。
報告は聞いた。ゲジヒトに連絡を取れ。
はい。ザンダムの配備が終わり次第。
早く呼べ。
Sorry, sir. He's on leave.
なぜ勝手な行動を取った？命令に背いたばかりか、辞職を申し出たそうだな。辞職が叶わないなら長期の休暇だと？どちらも認めん。お前の人工知能は故障している。直ちにメンテナンスを受け、その後諮問委員会に出頭せよ。聞いてるのか、ゲジヒト？ その前にやらなければいけないことがあるでしょう。なぜ私を裁かなかったんです？
私はあの時処刑されるべき罪を犯した。
Oh snap.
なぜ私の記憶を聞きた？私の大切な。
通信を遮断するな、ゲジヒト。
You figure they wiped his wife's memories too, then?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't seem to remember. And the act of wondering if she'll be a good mom implies that she doesn't remember being one before.
こんな時間まで。
この配達で今日は終わり。
ゲジヒトさん。
いや、あなたはお願いできるかな？
もちろんです。どなたに？
妻に。
まあ、羨ましい。どんなお花がいいかしら。
彼、生きてますよ。サハドは生きていました。
本当に？彼。
Now he's spilling the beans.
彼は悪くない。
Well, he's not beholden to anybody anymore. Uh-oh. God damn it. It was a Trojan horse the whole time. I called it and I didn't want it to be.
やあ、アントン。またあったね。
Weaponized arm.
ペルシアのバザーにいたアリ。なぜ君がアムステルダムに？
Did they buy your son for 500 Zeus?
歩いたわ、ゲジヒト。
Bang.
So they rebuilt his son and put a new frame around him? And then sent him to kill his dad.
怖くないよ。今銃声がしただろう。物騒だから。さあ、こっちへ。私にも。
Jeez, that's dirty.
アリ、どうしたんだい、アリ。
Goodbye, Gershite.
Oh, snap.
Like I said, he wasn't the main character of the original, so.
昨夜、アムステルダム旧市街でロボット捜査官1名が殺害されました。死亡したのは世界最高水準のロボットゲジヒトシで、近くには腕にクラスター砲を装着した D クラス小型ロボットが倒れていました。ゲジヒト刑事は数週間前にも同じ武器による損傷を受けており、また亡くなる前も激しい戦闘を繰り広げていました。
That wasn't that far off from him committing suicide, because we've seen him stop one of those missiles before.
I think that's pretty far off from him committing suicide. I don't think that argument's gonna fly with his wife.
Oh no. Oh, not whatsoever.
ゲジヒトの妻ヘレナです。
この度は何と申し上げればよいか。何かお力になれることがあれば。
いえ、お招きいただいて本当に感謝しています。ゲジヒトは私とまた日本に来るのを楽しみにしていました。あの日ももう日本行きの予約を入れていて。
長官、マスコミに嗅ぎつけられる前に早く。
ああ、そうだな。彼女ずっと気丈に。やはりゲジヒトはロボット破壊事件の犠牲者では。
I mean, there wasn't any horns.
No. He wasn't. The horns weren't there.
ゲジヒトの言う通りです。
何がだい？
日本の空気にはほんの少しお醤油の成分が含まれているって。
This was a super involved killing, too. Way more than the other ones.
I think it was Europol.
I don't think so. More likely Abdul.
Yeah, probably Abdul.
忘れようとして楽しそうに振る舞っているのか。非常に高度な行動だ。はい。ロボットは人工知能から消去しない限り記憶は消えないのに。ユーロポールはゲジヒトの記憶に何らかの操作を加えました。操作？それはロボット法の基準内かね？いえ、超法規的な。それはまずいな。調べてみたのですが、結局真相は分かりません。ただ人間の都合だけでロボットの記憶を操作するのは許せない。でも、
Man, they were treating him like a slave right at the very end.
Yeah.
決してやりたい。彼女に尋ねたんです。記憶の一部を消去するかいと。すると彼女言ったんです。あの人の思い出を消さないでと。
Which reminds us of the wife in the first episode.
ホフマン様は楓の間でございます。ヘレナ様は松の間でございます。ゲジヒトが予約していた部屋なんです。
一人で大丈夫？
はい、さっさこちらでございます。
Tenma.
案内は
It's your favorite boy.
You always show up at the worst parts.
はい。
Well, like I said, he's already done way more stuff than I've ever seen him do, so... Like trying to save Adam.
ああ、例のものは。
犯人逮捕につながるんでしょうか。
もちろん。
天馬博士。
Or it'll help hide the culprit if I don't give this to
Yeah.
anybody.
処理しきれないんです。
何を？
膨大な悲しみの量を、ゲジ人のこと、どんどん鮮明に。私、どうしたらいいか。
ヘレナ、泣いてごらん。そんな時、人間は泣くんだ。
Ooh,
そう。
that's a powerful message.
最初は真似事でもいい。そう。
He's forcing her to evolve. Remember, string pain, string suffering.
そうだ。素晴らしい。真似でもそのうち本物になる。
That's what Adam said, episode 2.
本当に泣ける
Yeah.
ように。
Before he walked into the bathroom and fucking cried.
これが本物の涙だ。アトムが死んで私も悲しい。
See, I now take that as confirmation that Adam is dead. Because we've seen the surgery attempt. And if anyone would know, it would be Tenma.
This fucking show, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry. Anyway, anybody who's watching seems to be going all the time. I wasn't laughing. I'm just choking everything back. I know what the thumbnail's going to be already, though. It's hard to beat that last scene.
Yeah.
I'm still never going to like Tenma, though.
Uh,
He is the original evil, so I understand that the theme of a bunch of these animes is that people can change and evolve and whatnot, but there are some things that are unforgivable. Yeah, I was very close, though. To the pre-discussion about the obviously not the flowers being the son's grave. I just took the wrong boy, right? The wrong kid died, as it were.
Yep.
I was talking about Murot, and it turned out to be Shadim. It's not even. Sorry, I'm getting the names mixed up. What's the florist's kid?
no, Sahat.
Sahat. Sorry, I have
no.
the.
He's still alive though. He survived.
No. I'm saying I thought that Pluto was going to be Murat, the kid that we saw die in flashback of Abdul, but it turns out he had another son that we were only introduced to this episode. So I did not know that, and I guessed the wrong son.
Now the question is, what effect will Sahat remember who he is have on the whole plot?
Oh, goddamn this. Sorry, not you, the music.
Yeah.
It's like action inspiration music, and it's like, Gesheit's dead. My question is, who do we focus on now? It's all been Gescheit.
We'll have Pluto and Epsilon.
We've never been from the point of view of Pluto.
Oh, we just did.
Well, no, we were on the point of view of Gescheit regarding Pluto.
Gescheit confronts Sahat, and Sahat happens. And that's why he stops fighting. I think.
Yep.
Again, that's Gescheit's perspective of Pluto, though. And goddamn Ali, I knew it was a setup. The whole Trojan horse
kid thing.
It's the dog. We did the same thing with the dog. You know, oh no, it's a wounded dog. Bring it home. I can fix you. I'm that dog's owner, and I'm gonna kill your kid. You know, it's like you can't trust anything fucking cute anymore.
Nope.
Because he's exploiting people's emotions, right? He feels that this attack, this war destroyed everything he loves, so he's using that against other people.
How many layers deep is this attack, though, in that he's been memory wiped of his son. So it's only at the final moment that he's like pushing through the memory wipe, that he remembers, oh, that's right, the very corner of your head, because you're underneath another layer of a robot at this point, is exactly the model of my son. You're in fact missing the same arm. Are you my... Boom! It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so much deeper than every other attack. I mean, unless every other attack was this deep, and we only saw them getting killed, and not like
I think that might be it, because
the Silence of the Lambs level of depth of every
you know
murder.
what? I said an earlier thing that it wasn't just simply the fact that Pluto the body was very powerful, because he's met other powerful robots. He has to have some kind of psychological edge that allows them to not finish them off, because he takes damage. He's not made of the same material as Geshite, which is vulnerable.
No,
right?
Geshite was the strongest material there was. I guess maybe next to, what's his name? Starts with an E. He was in this episode. Epsilon. Who's got the
Epsilon.
photon shield instead of zirconium.
But he said that he gets weaker when there's not enough sunlight. So he can fight. If he were to fight, he would do it in broad daylight.
It depends. He can fly, meaning he could fly above cloud level. And it seems like Pluto can also eject himself up, I guess.
Well, he can generate a cloud cover.
Right, but you can only generate a cloud cover to the level of that kind of cloud.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Cloud cover with a storm. You can't target it unless you go into the cloud cover. So the moment he goes in to try to attack him, he gets weakened.
I don't know. I don't remember from what I've seen what Epsilon's moves are. Not that I would share them with you, because I wouldn't want to ruin anything.
But
the idea is that he could possibly carry something and just drop it.
Yeah, but he has to be able to target him, and
target the middle of the hurricane, tornado, twister.
Well, it just misses. He just moves like, oh, you don't.
Well, make it high explosive then. Look, this is the problem of RPG planning, right? Once the players know something, we're going to spend 2 hours coming up with every plan. Whereas obviously these are characters in a world living moment to moment. Also, how many we got left, right? We have, oh shit, what was his name? The first one that died.
Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc. Second was number 2.
Number 2.
Then Bruno. I forgot his robot name. His robo name.
Then Hercules.
Remember, we got 7. We got 4.
Adam.
Yeah, I guess technically they're going with he's dead now. So 5. 6.
I don't think Adam
and then Epsilon's left. No, Adam is one of the 7 world's greatest robots.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's counted, so all we have left is Epsilon.
My prediction is that Adam actually wakes up. He figures out his own emotion, and he uses that to get to Pluto to help and stop this whole thing.
If I had to guess, I'm going with, we have 2 episodes left. Next episode is going to be a Adam in brain sequence sort of thing. And then the last episode is going to be the big payoff of whatever Pluto, Epsilon, Abdul, Saeed. I guess turns out Cockroach Guy was nobody. He's just a mass-produced thing.
I think
he did say so. No, he is somebody, because when Abdullah and this Cockroach Guy, I hate that idea, but go to visit Pluto's body in the pond. Now we know what he hides in water, because that's what he does to regenerate himself. And he says, "I give you a body. I can give you whatever body I want." So apparently, the Cockroach Guy is somebody who can actually,
I think he's just a mass-produced model, no different from like the mass-produced models they made for the war.
I think he's mass-produced.
Yeah.
So it might just be he has like no great intelligence. He's not one of these masterwork AIs that we've been dealing with all this time. Otherwise, why would you keep a horde of cockroaches inside of you?
Is going to end with Epsilon's death and Adam waking up.
Because he sacrifices himself to save the not to fight him, but to protect other people, which is what Epsilon does. Epsilon didn't want to fight because he wanted to destroy others, but he's perfectly willing to protect his creator. They try to kill his creator, and he saved them.
Yep.
Did he? No, he didn't. Epsilon's creator is
No,
dead. He helped save Gerscheid's creator.
Yeah, Gerscheid's creator, and that's when they killed his creator died.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the funeral we were literally at.
Yeah. But still, I mean, the kid saw Abdullah and kept saying Bora, 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 right? It sounds like a, Torah, but that's a completely different movie.
Well, it's also that the word doesn't mean what Pluto means, because which the wind from the north, right, which represents the storm,
or death. Again, northern direction in Japanese, Asia and East Asian.
I don't know. Then you're breaking down one word's meaning and then including other languages' meanings of the words that make up the definition of another language's word.
Not the first time anime does that.
I know, but that is like Code Breakers level of, what's Bora? It's the northern wind. What's northern wind in Japanese? It's like, all right, okay, well, we're just going down a rabbit hole. Next thing you're doing is going to be decoding the Bible. So I'm going to leave you here to smear yourself with your own feces, and I'm going to go back home.
But anyway, I think this episode was one.
I like kick the fact in their feels.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that they're not afraid to say, okay, this is a mystery, but we're gonna keep everything quiet. No, we're gonna make the reveals and use the questions that arise from those reveals to keep the mystery going, the overall mystery. Because we already know who Pluto is. We know what Gerscheid's memories are, right? They're not someone else in the hands of a lesser writer. They would have just keep it mystery box until the very end. Oh, by the way, this is what happened. Blah, 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 blah. We're done. Fight and whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
But here it's like, no, there's a series of mysteries all interlinked with one another, and we're gonna solve them. You're gonna get to know it, and we know that they're willing to say, yeah, we solved this mystery, but we have more questions than answers. Stay tuned for next episode, right? That is how you actually do a good long mystery, right? That where not just one element is the thing that you have to solve. That element is the center of many other mysteries, and all of them come together.
Well, I mean, now we're just at resolution point, though.
Yeah.
But for example, we don't know if Adam is going to.
Well, that's not a mystery, though. That's resolution. If Adam is dead or not is a resolution thing. The mystery, I think we're done. We've solved the mysteries.
I think we're near the end of it. I think there might be one or two other things, but that's it. I don't think there's going to be much more on the side of mystery. Northern wind in Japanese is Kaze.
Issei?
All right, now we know which one of us is rubbing themselves with shit later.
Anyway, I think there might be a couple of more plot twists before we're done.
Well, no, I just think that this has been a 6-episode mystery, but we solved the mystery before we solved the problem. This is why now we're going to go into 2 episodes, what I think is going to be 2 episodes. Probably 1 episode, and then this next episode is going to be a different thing of resolution. We have to solve the problem now. Or if not solve the problem, resolve it, figure out how it ends. I mean, because solving it implies that we come out with a good ending. We don't know what the ending is going to be.
Although we don't know, there's still the issue of what, because Abdullah at one moment said, if you allow robots to become too human, there's a danger there. I guess the danger is that they can kill, right? They'll disobey orders.
Well, also that they can go undetected, right? Because it's only that Abdullah is he's not a perfect AI, right? So he can get caught in a lie. Whereas I guess being caught in a lie is what's making him a perfect AI.
So is Abdullah an AI?
No, I'm getting it wrong, but I'm like on the verge of getting it right.
He's a cyborg.
Robot that could lie and throw another robot's detector into saying that they're lying would make them human to the robot, which is the whole scene Gerscheid has. So a more perfect AI would be undetectable to a robot.
Again, we talk about all the things that are standing between robots and humanity are mostly emotions, be able to cry, being able to feel empathy for others, right? Those are the things that feeling intense emotions like hatred, right? Those are the things that robots cannot do or shouldn't be able to do, and now they're doing it, which means they're evolving. And maybe the ultimate villain might have been Temna in that he knew he kind of engineered all this to happen.
I would kind of argue that we'd be better off with the robots that can't feel and no humans. It seems like the robots interacting with one another perfectly fine without emotions. And it's just humans are fucking it up, the anti-robot league or whatever the hell they're called. And I'm just saying, they seem to be perfectly fine. They're evolving in the wrong direction. This is like Star Trek when the Borg Queen is like trying to tempt Data into becoming more human because that's what Data wants. It's like, no, Data's perfect. Data has the wrong idea. Don't become more human, Data.
I mean, it's not the wrong idea for him. That's what he wants.
Yeah, but he's wrong though. Just like all of these robots are wrong. If we just got rid of all the humans, you wouldn't want to be more human because we wouldn't exist. You'd be fine. These robots emulate love just fine without the real love.
Is it real? If it's emulated, is it real?
Let's see. Ask Robbie's wife.
But that's the question that the whole story shows. In fact, that's what Temna says to Geshai's wife, now widow. If you keep emulating the emotions, eventually they will become real.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know.
Because that's a real life thing too.
If I could live my whole life without emotions, I would love it.
The best way to gain true confidence in a situation that you're not confident in is to do it like you're confident.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Yeah. It's a massive thing. It's a powerful statement that actually works.
I'm just saying. Personal point of view, I think they're going the wrong way, and that's why Tenma's the villain. He's creating more of us. I think sorry, I'm pointing the wrong way. Justin would get this. He's creating coordinators. He's creating super powered emotional people that don't need that.
I get it.
I think at the end of the day, we just need more robots and less humans. But I've always been known to side on my Roko's basilisk side of things, where I for one welcome our new AI overlords. Well, look, humans don't have a good track record with the planet, or themselves, or anything else on the planet. So, let's give somebody else a try.
Yeah, it's the only track record we have.
Yeah, I'm just saying, give robots that have no emotional connection to anything, can be coldly logical, can make choices that aren't weighed by personal matters of
That's
shit.
the problem with that is, like, to quote Spock, logic is not, it's not the end of wisdom. It is the beginning of wisdom.
We don't need wisdom. Wisdom is an understanding of things that's not necessary when you only have his knowledge. When all you have is knowledge, it's what, I know this will happen if I do X. I'm not taking into consideration how you feel. Anything else is going to happen. All I need is the outcome.
That supposition is that logic is somehow superior to emotion.
I'm not even talking about logic at this point. Logic is a thing living creatures need.
It would be just logic. It would be just taking information and processing in such a way that you will get an outcome. But if your understanding of the information is erroneous, or you have less information than necessary, then your outcome erroneous as well, or at least incomplete. And then you can find yourself in a situation where you're constantly correcting for your first error because you didn't have enough information, and you're always behind your own curve, not realizing that the first thing you should have done is to stop the cycle in the first place.
Do you know who would fix that faster than a human would? A learning computer.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Humans aren't the fastest learners. How long does it take one of us to walk? You know how long it takes a computer to walk? You know how long it takes a computer to walk? As fast as the first one. And then they all know.
You know what? Computers don't have legs.
It depends. 1980s movie, the computer wore tennis shoes. Boom!
Yeah, I think
That's actually
no,
the name
that
of the
actually-
movie, by the way, if you're not familiar.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Audience
familiar with
member.
it. Yeah,
I could not
mean,
remember his
it's-
name. He goes on to do the Left Behind movie series. Also, a sitcom whose name's not coming to me.
Which one? There's a lot of them with
No,
robots and
it's
stuff
one
like
of
that.
those midday sitcoms of a family coming together. I know, but this is like 90s, early 90s, late 80s. About the same time as Michael J. Fox was in the sitcom, also I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, that's 80s. That's solidly in the 80s.
Yeah.
Early 80s, in fact. I think you're talking about the girl who's a robot that's part of the family.
No. He's not in a show with a robot. Sorry, I'm just talking about the actor. You're talking
Oh,
about
growing pain. You're talking about growing pains.
might have been Growing Pains. You're talking about what?
Yeah, it is
Something
Growing Pains.
Angel, Little Angel, Little Wonder. You're talking about Little Wonder.
Little Wonder, but you're talking about the actor who was in Growing Pains, who played the elder, actor.
No.
Who's
You're
the
talking
dad?
about the dad. I'm talking about he was like the son in the show.
Yeah, I know the son. He was the elder son. There were 3 kids.
Oh, you said the elder character. I assumed you meant the dad. If I'm
No,
talking
no,
about a family and I say the elder person, I mean
I said the elder sibling. I just slurred my words. Sorry. The father was Alan Thicke, and I know who you're talking about, and I completely blank on the
well,
name.
like I said, he goes on to do the Left Behind movies because he was very religious now.
And, he always was. There's stories about that, and has a thing for bananas, which you should not look over in Google and see about that.
Well, I mean, they are designed
do
perfectly
that.
for your hand, though.
I don't think it starts with a hand. It starts with a hand, but Anyway,
yeah.
Any more thoughts?
Look, anything to take our
No.
minds off of the little child robot and how the show, and I'm gonna call it movie, might as well be. These things are like little movies in their own. Pluto, episode 6. Jesus.
Fatality.
Well, yeah, I mean, this has been, for me, this has been the most emotional episode. I know you've been, Lessons, you've been constantly, man, this show every time, but this time it's like, oh god, I'm emotionally attached to this character, this little child, for no reason. Like, obviously it's got a sympathetic look to it, but it's the voice, for some reason.
Yeah.
And then they even give us Anton, who is just the same robot with the same voice. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
But I called it right there. It's like, they're doing the dog thing again. And this time I fell for it.
Yeah, dog didn't talk.
No, well, I mean, not the dog that did betray the scientist guy, but you remember the previous dog. Oh, you're still trying to play with me? Why does this dog have a heartbeat? Oh, robots, man. Anyway, final thoughts. Final thoughts time. Anybody have anything else?
I think this game, I'm talking about game. This movie, this TV series still has a lot of twists in them yet. I think things are gonna get really weird now that we know or think we know who Pluto is, who Pluto is.
I'm good.
Okay.
It's been said.
All right. Well, I think that's it for us today. Once again, I have been Theta. On one side of me is Lessons. On the other side is Justin. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?